Hey everybody, welcome back to the COVID Cocktail Club. Happy Wednesday to you all. Today we're going to be talking about a drink that I can tell you right now is going to cause lots of eye rolls. Small batch over here. You have your eye rolls ready?
Why?
I've got lots of nerdy facts. I'm talking about movies. I'm going to be talking about a way this drink was originally prepared that you're going to say absolutely not. I'm letting the audience know in advance.
Are you going to be trying to tell me that we should shake this?
Actually, no. I'm going to tell you that we shouldn't shake it, but the original recipe does call for it to be shaken. So when you think of shaken, not stirred, we think of
James Bond.
Thank you. So today we're making a Vesper, which was actually originally called a Vesper martini because it basically is a martini. The main difference, aside from the fact that it has a unique name that references a James Bond movie, the portions are also a bit tricky. Not tricky, they're a bit off from a regular martini.
Would you say this is a martini riff?
I will not use that word anymore. I've told you, I no longer. I have a shot collar. I get buzzed every time I say that word.
But it is. It is a martini riff.
Absolutely.
And I think the cool thing about it is that a lot of people can't decide between a gin martini or a vodka martini, or they say, I like this one or that one. I've never tried the other one. I don't know if I should. Well, this one sort of combines the best of both worlds. So
it's like a martini play date between gin and vodka. And they invited their friend Lele over to come join them.
Cute.
Anyways, back to the nerdy facts. So the Vesper got its name from a double agent named Vesper Lynn in Casino Royale. So this goes back to like the 50s, 1953. So way back. And I do have a quote. It's actually a long quote, but this is how Bond actually ordered his drink in the movie. Will not be doing a Sean Connery impression, by the way.
I was going to say, which James Bond is this?
This will be Sean Connery. So it comes with strict instructions. 3 measures of Gordon's, which is your gin, 1 of vodka, and half a measure of quina lele. Shake it very well. Get your eye roll ready. Shake it very well until it's ice cold. Then add a large thin slice of lemon peel. Then he says, got it? So he was very particular about 3, 1, half. He was very particular about Gordon's, but didn't give a shit about what kind of vodka, which I thought was interesting. So a couple things to take home here. One, if you like gin martinis, you're probably going to like a Vesper because it is more of a gin heavy or gin forward martini than if you're more of a vodka martini fan. 2, there is no longer a quina lele. The new lele, which was introduced, I read, in the mid-'80s, has less quinine, which results in a drink or a lele that's less bitter. It's lighter, it's sweeter. And then the other takeaway that I gathered from quite a bit of research was that because that recipe has changed a bit and is lighter and sweeter, most of the recipes I looked into actually upped the ratio of the lele just a bit.
My lele is a gift from a CCC viewer who wanted us to be able to make a Vesper. So that is why I actually have a bottle of lele.
Are you bragging that you got a bottle of lele and I'm stuck here with my Dolan vermouth that I'm using as a lele?
No, I'm just saying thank you. And the reason I have all these books out is because I'm just sort of trying to demonstrate that the ingredients seem to stay consistent, but the ratios do vary a little bit depending on what you're looking at. But they all prefer lele, but some will say Coca Americano is okay.
Yeah.
Nobody mentions Dolan. That one is much, much sweeter.
I hear you, but given that it is, we are during this COVID time, I don't happen to have either one, and I can't just run out and get it right now. Are we keeping our lele chilled? I know you know that. I'm letting the audience know that.
Interestingly, this lele even says right on here, serve well chilled. In not small letter, like on the front, it says serve well chilled. And then in the back, it says serve well chilled and keep refrigerated after opening. So they mean business. They do not want you letting this shit get warm.
So again, originally it was 3, 1, half, but I think you saw this as well. And I saw it a couple times that the ratio was 1.5 to 1 to half.
These 2 books, these are books that I respect. These are major influential bartender books. These 2 both said 1.5 to 3/4 gin to vodka with a half lele. 2 1/4
or 2 1/4 to 3/4
to 3/4. So
3 to 1.
3 to 1, right? 2 to 1 gin to vodka, 3 to 1 gin to vodka. But either way, half an ounce of lele. And you're going to ask, why do I have my gin manual out? Thank you for asking.
Why do you?
Because all of these books said use Plymouth gin, and I don't have Plymouth gin. So since they all stayed consistent about that kind of gin, I wanted to look up in my gin manual, you know, the profile of Plymouth gin so I could come up with the closest alternative that I had. And it seems that this Dutch Courage gin is pretty close. It had a lot of the same botanicals. So I'm using him to sub in.
You know, as you know, I'm a big Elvis Costello fan.
Yes.
And when I think of Dutch Courage, it's actually in one of his lyrics. So when you said Dutch Courage, that's my mind went to Elvis Costello. So what do you think of when you think of Dutch Courage?
I think of my friends who are Dutch.
All right. So Dutch Courage, I went with my standard forwards that I use for everything. It is a lemon dry gin. And I feel like it works kind of well with drinks like this. Kettle One is my go-to vodka, and you've got Hanson's.
Well, I think this is not a Tito's drink.
I agree.
Both of us independently decided that this was a drink worthy of a more top shelf sort of vodka and less of a house vodka. So yes, I like my Hanson's, you like your Kettle One. And if you had Tito's, that works too. But because it's a martini, I think it's super important that we get this guy in a very cold glass. That's why this entire time that Jason and I have been going back and forth with each other, we've been chilling our glasses, making sure that they are really, really cold, because this drink is gonna taste way better icy cold.
One final note on this that you will appreciate. After Casino Royale, guess how many times you order the Vesper again?
Yes, the other thing is, I think 1 out of my 4 books said a coupe glass, the other 3 said a Nick and Nora.
It is, especially now that we recommended a Nick and Nora glass a few weeks ago. So hopefully everyone went out and bought one. I know our friend Erin out there, I've seen actually in her bar, she has the new Nick and Noras.
She does have some pretty ones. Stirring.
So I'm sticking with the original 3-1 with a tweak on the Dolan.
I'm gonna do the 2-to-1. I'm gonna do 1.5 gin, 3/4 vodka, and 1/2 ounce Lillet.
And I did 3-to-1, but I'm actually upping the Dolan, in your case, the Lillet to 3/4, just to add a little bit of sweetness to it. All right, the largest ice you have. You do not want this to be diluting.
Gonna dump this.
There's nothing better than having just a nice chilled glass.
I can think of a few things better.
On a relative scale, real quick, I want to point out, once we get past COVID and you guys have room in your freezer, if you're having a party, grab a few of these guys or coupes or whatever glasses you're using and store them in the freezer for a couple hours. I think I mentioned it early on in the CCC. I think it's a really nice detail that we don't actually have to chill it with ice water before.
Strain. Ooh, perfect fit.
All right, and the garnish here, very simple, just a nice large lemon peel.
Twist.
I have lemon peel.
This
quote was literally then add a large thin slice of lemon peel.
I'm gonna stick with a lemon twist.
I'm gonna stick with what Sean Connery ordered, and that would be a lemon peel.
But I'm gonna do it over the drink so that as the oils spray out, it goes over my drink, because I think that's nice. Why waste all the oils? Lemon oils are nice, makes everything smell clean.
And the little squeeze on top.
I don't know if y'all could see it, but it was really pretty. And that's pretty too.
I like the twist. I think this is simple and classic as well.
For Friday, and we're going to make a really fun drink that will appeal to anyone's sweet tooth and be good after you eat, as well as, you know, before you eat or whenever you feel like something sweet. We don't really care. But it's back to bourbon. So you need your bourbon, your Averna, your creme de cacao, chocolate bitters, and have on hand, just for funsicles, some graham crackers and marshmallows.
One thing I want to share with everybody, and as you guys know, if nothing else, we love to support the smaller restaurants and bars and suppliers and vendors out there, or the CCC. So if you're in Houston, and unfortunately this only applies if you're in Houston, but go by Rice Fine Liquors and Beer in Bel Air. They're right behind the new HEB or newish HEB on Spruce Street. If you mention the CCC, the owner, his name is Al, super nice guy, he will give you 5% off. I think it was really nice for him to do that. They may or may not have everything you need like specs downtown, but they have a really nice selection, especially for a neighborhood liquor store. So Go by and say hi.
That was nice of them.
Very nice. See you guys Friday.
Bye, guys.
Cheers, Rice.
Cheers, Jason.